Coalition of Civil Society Group has rejected the adoption of Governor Yebanji Abiodun as a consensus candidate of All Progressive Congress (APC) in Ekiti State. Oladimeji Olakunle, the president of the Coalition of Civil Society Group, made it while addressing the undemocratic development brewing up within the All Progressive Congress in Ekiti State ahead of the 2026 gubernatorial election. Oladimeji said, as a concerned political stakeholders, watching the trend of grave anomalies unfolding in the landscape of selection of candidates in the All Progressive Congress, especially the selection of Governor Yebanji of Ekiti State, he said, if not addressed, will spell doom for Nigerian democracy and threaten the peace, unity, and the democratic advancement of Nigeria. He said, the grave consequences of manipulation politics is like a monster to the establishment of credible leaders. He emphasized that the consensus that best Governor Yebanji as APC 2026 gubernatorial candidate is questionable that lacks credibility. He stated that the state has endorsed mediocrity over merit, adding that Ekiti people deserve progress. The president of the coalition affirmed that Yebanji administration has failed in key sectors like education, health, job creation, infrastructure, and as such, not qualified to return to the seat of power come 2026.
We condemn and reject the outcome of the kangaroo state adoption of Governor Abayomi Oyebanji as consensus candidate of APC. We therefore call on all the stakeholders in Nigeria, the media, the party members, religious bodies, trade unions, and traditional leaders, youth and women organizations to rise and speak up and act in defense of democracy in Nigeria by making Ekiti State a veritable testing ground for the correction of political anomalies in the Ekiti State democratic process. History will not forgive our silence when democracy is under threat and self-annihilation of desperate politicians whose democratic expediency is rooted in impunity. We are saying that this impunity must not be allowed. Democracy must work for the people, not for the privileged few.
That lacks credibility, he stated that the state has endorsed mediocrity over merit, adding that Ekiti people deserve progress and not retrogression. The president of the coalition affirmed that Yebanji administration has failed in key sectors like education, health, job creation, infrastructure, and as such, not qualified to return to the seat of power come 2026. Jacob Okpanachi, the secretary of the group, added his voice as he said the anomalies ongoing in Ekiti State must be addressed when quality candidates are disqualified under flimsy excuses.
It is important to note that there are grave consequences to such political macabre dance that have been ensued by the current affairs as it relates to Ekiti State. One of the consequences is that we are heading towards 2027 and Nigerians are having their ears and eyes open and having a sensitive body feeler system that is expecting a deviation from the norm. A deviation from the norm in the sense that we are looking at political and economic reforms in Nigeria. Most importantly, electoral reforms. If a party like APC is found meddling in this kind of kangaroo primaries where candidates that are known to have contested in the past are disqualified on flimsy excuses as alleged by the victims, it is important that we x-ray the various components of